Afternoon once again and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are very much excited. Thank you so much for holding. We want to make it, so kindly feel free to put in your chat box questions, comments, and we'll do well to read it when it's time for the questions and answers. And also to serve you better, we'll be dropping in the chat box a survey. So please do well to complete so we can collect your feedback and comments as well. Also, during the webinar, participants, your mics will be muted, but then it would be unmuted or you'll be given the opportunity to ask your question. So your mics will be muted when the time is right. A few weeks ago, a few weeks ago, we sent mass messages round, both email and SMS to employees, informing them about our payroll loan products. And some employers may not have been in the know. For those employers, this webinar would help educate on the product as well as the benefits they stand to gain, and then their employees as well. To help us understand better, we have my colleagues, Beatrice Asamo, a client success officer, who speaks or who ensures that employers a seamless experience when it comes to our product. We also have our channel manager, Seth Kum Singh. He played an instrumental role in the development of this product as well. Colleagues, you are welcome, and it's nice to have you. I'm pretty sure as
Thank you.
individuals, we all have goals, be it short-term, long-term goals, and we need some form of financial assistance to help us accomplish those goals. So they are coming to discuss a product offered by Achieve Payroll. So first, we would want to find out, we know that Achieve Payroll is a payroll software organization. So Seth, if you can kindly throw more light on why payroll loans.
All right, thank you, Esme, and good afternoon to our users and our partners or employers who have joined us for this afternoon's webinar. We are grateful for your time. Yes, Achieve Payroll is a payroll software company, and for a lot of our users in the past 2 years or more that you have been using our software, you only know us to offer payroll. But at the heart of what we are trying to achieve with our payroll software is to make sure that we are partnering with employers in Ghana to deliver the best financial experience to their employees and ultimately to help employees achieve financial freedom. Um, Employers pay employees well. They go out of their way to provide them with other benefits, run payroll on time, and all of these things so that employees can afford the basic things of life, take care of their families, and also achieve their dreams. And we believe that offering the payroll tool to employers is one step towards helping them to be able to deliver that better. But we also have, as a business, have it as a mission to work with these employers, as many as there are in our country and in our sub-region, to give employees the best opportunity to have a financial free life or a life that is stress-free of financial worries. And we did our research, we engaged with a lot of employers, we engaged with some employees, and we believe that the payroll product we are offering is in response to the demands or the changing needs of the workforce. Times are hard, and I believe that employers will agree with me that if they had their own way, they will support employees, or employers will agree with me that if they had their own way, they will support employees with a little more money. But if they do not have that money or cannot afford to do it right now, can we step in to provide that relief to employees, especially when they need it the most? And that is why we have done this, amongst other reasons. Hello, Esme, can you hear me?
Hello, Seth, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Right. So I was asking, so you mentioned relief to employees. So does that mean that payroll product or the loan is not going to be the only product Achieve Payroll is going to come up with?
Today it is the payroll loan that we have, and like I said, it is to respond to the changing needs of the workforce or the market. We believe in the power of collaboration, and we are not doing this alone. We are doing this with the employers and the employees or the labor market. So as the market evolves, if employers believe that there is something else we can provide to make the lives of their employees better, or we receive feedback from employees or workers to demonstrate that a provision of that service on payroll will make their lives better, then we will certainly look into it and once again work together with employers to make sure we deliver this to employees right at the workplace where they spend a lot of their time and energies and talent, and to ensure that they are getting real actual solutions there as well. Yes, me seem to be muted.
I'm I'm pretty sure our participants would like to know what the product entails. So Beatrice, if you can kindly throw more light on the payroll loan product.
Thank you, Esme, and welcome everyone. I believe all of us on this call understand how payroll products work. For this payroll product we currently have, it's called Salary Boost. Some may call it a payday loan. It's accessible to all employees on Achieve Payroll. As an employee, you would only have to log on to your ESS, submit an application within 2 to 3 minutes. And once your employer approves or confirms your eligibility, funds are disbursed within 24 to 48 hours. Interestingly, it doesn't require a guarantor. You don't need a collateral. You know how some banks would require various documents such as proof of residence, proof of employment. Even with the proof of residence, I know that some banks would require you to actually sketch a map. I don't know if any of us has been through this. You need to sketch a map directing them to where you live. However, fortunately, Achieve Payroll has crossed this bridge, and just by virtue of the fact that your employer uses Achieve Payroll and your employer has confirmed that this is a benefit that the employees might be interested in, you're good to go. You're sorted out.
Absolutely. I like the fact that employees who apply for this loan will not have to sketch where they actually live. It can be tiresome at a point. So, Seth, please, I want to know, or participants will also want to know what inspired the development of this product.
Okay, like I tried to address earlier, we the first is that it is in response to the changing needs of the market. Times are really hard. Everybody will agree inflation is through the roof. Fuel prices are always going high. Things are getting more expensive, and yet salaries are almost around where they are. But the needs, some critical needs like healthcare, maybe a loved one is sick or you're not well, you need to take care of it, doesn't go away. A car breaking down in the middle of nowhere and you having to incur some big expense where when you don't have an emergency fund to take care of it almost immediately will not go away. Those things, life happens, right? And employees will typically run to their HR to say, oh, can I get salary advance? Because they are working and they expect that employers will be able to support them. But these employers also have cash flow to protect because they also that cash that the employer can give to you as salary advance way ahead of when they would have paid you is also needed to take care of some bills or some fees or some charges. Maybe invoices haven't been paid, so they're also running low on cash and need to do things. This is an actual situation that is happening in most organizations today. So the question is, as a payroll provider that is working with the employer that knows that this employee is going to be paid, can we work with our partners who are licensed to lend to give this kind of employees some money at least to take care of these important things or critical things that happen in life, the emergencies. And so this is one of the reasons. The other reason is for us to offer employers additional benefits. So running payroll, processing it, and making sure they stay compliant is good. It's all fair and good. But can we also go another step to make sure that we are giving them extra benefits that as an organization they'll benefit from and the employees who also enjoy? And so we feel like employers will appreciate it. And actually, yes, we piloted this program for some months before rolling it out. And the employers that participated were actually really grateful and appreciative of such a program. And their employees are still on this program. So we believe that it is another way of us delivering extra value to employers. We are also doing this to be able to, make revenue. We are a profit-making business, but our payroll product has been free for since we started operations. So anybody on this call, I believe, knows that they are using the solution free of charge. But we are not a charity, so there is a way we are also making money. This is one of the ways we believe we can make money without it being a burden on the employer because we have told them. So we say that the current software we have with the feature sets that it has will continue to be free. But if employees in your organization actually need loan, emergency funds to do something, and they take the money that we are offering them only when they need it, then we'll also get opportunity to make some fees or commissions from there to support our business. So it is another way or a way we are also making business, making money. And then finally, we believe that this is one of the things we can actually do or deliver to help employees to achieve that financial well-being that we said is at the heart of our business. If an employee who has any sort of association with Achieve Payroll knows that no matter what happens to me in life, there is a partner that I have through my employer who can help me take care of that financial need, then it's a place we want to be. And we believe that this is one step towards achieving that. So these are some of the reasons why we consider this product and have launched it.
Right, right. Thank you so much. We'll continue to remind participants of our chat box. Feel free to put in your questions, comments, and also the survey would be in the chat box. Kindly feel free to put in your feedback, suggestions, so we can serve you better. So, to the employer, is there any benefit, Seth? I'd want to find out if there's any benefit to the employer.
Yes, the ultimate beneficiary seems to be the employee because it looks like the employee is the one who take the money, but the employer has some benefit in allowing such a program to run in his or her organization. If you're an employer who uses Achieve Payroll, why should you do this? I believe that is the question. First of all, if it should improve employee morale in your organization. It will be a welcoming news for any accountant or HR or GM, whatever the role the person is occupying, to send an email to all employees to say that in response to the challenging times we find ourselves, we are working with our payroll provider. Henceforth, if you need an emergency or quick funds, you can access so and so and so. That should be very comforting news. We are not saying everybody should come for a loan because if you don't need a loan, why take a loan? But you are giving employees a reassurance that, see, for us to continue to work and I will continue to pay you if you have financial difficulties. Rest assured that our partners will help you to take care of it. That should improve morale in an organization. Number two, we believe that this should reduce the stress that is on, or the burden that is on HR and accountants in our user organizations. In most organizations, in the middle of the month or almost towards the end of the month before payroll is paid, employees are asking for salary advance. Can I get a quick 5,000? Can I get 200? So that when an employee who works with you has something like this available to them, They don't run to their friends and family to say, "But bet me a bomb this year. Can I get 2,000? I'll pay you later." That thing is taken away, and now they know they can go through us through the employer and have access to that thing. And HR and accountants, the accountants do not also have to be in that uncomfortable position of telling employees that here in our organization we don't offer salary advance or we can't afford it or X number of people have taken it and so we are not able to disburse any more salary advance. So at least HR and accountants can also rest assured that the employees will have liquidity when they actually need money. And another benefit I believe the employers will get from participating or allowing us to offer this to their employees is employee retention. If an employee knows he gets something like this, truth is that to some extent, relatively, compared to going to a place where there is nothing like this, they'll consider their options and try and stay. And for me, the ultimate benefit it gives an employer is improved productivity. You are paying for man hours, you are paying people to come to work and to do actual work for you to grow your business. The last thing you want is for an employee who is financially stressed to come to work. Imagine the scenario. An employee, an employee's mother has been hospitalized and she needs to go take care of that person. She's the receptionist at at a certain company. That employee also knows that her rent is due in 2 months and knows that her salary cannot pay the rent. She also needs to go help the mother sort out the hospital bills. So long as she stays in that condition and comes to sit at your front desk, the truth is that you are not getting the best from that employee. They are stressed. But will that person be able to deliver and work knowing that, see, if it is the short-term funds that I need, there's a way I can get it. So the person will apply for a loan with Achieve Payroll. The loan is disbursed. She goes to take care of the mother's hospital bill and probably pays a deposit for the extra school fees. That person, yes, or the cabat, so long as she has job, or we say in life, when you have life, there is hope. She will work, she will repay the loan, and other things have been taken care of. You have the full employee coming to work and delivering for you. So there are multiple benefits to this. And we believe that employers will explore some of these benefits as employees have access to the product.
Right. Thank you very much. Beaches would like to know for the employee. We know that loans are for the employees, but are there any other benefits that they are likely to enjoy?
All right. So we all know that there are various payroll products in the market. As an employee, if I would want to go for a loan, one value I would want to look out for is the convenience and speed at which funds are being disbursed. Let's cited a scenario. Imagine you needing money. Usually, when you're in need of money, the first person or what you would usually fall onto is you phoning a friend or calling a family member. And then there is a side where you would want to go to an organization or request for a loan. Now, in the heat of that moment, imagine you being in the comfort of your home, just logging into your ESS. Within 2 to 3 minutes, your application is submitted, and your employer has already acknowledged that this is the benefit that you can have access to. 30 minutes into the next working day, your application is reviewed. Funds are disbursed within 24 to 48 hours. This is some convenience I think I would need as an employee. And then aside that, there is also the financial soundness that also mentioned. You being in an organization where you know that you can always fall onto some quick funds whilst you wait for your next paycheck. I think it's also a benefit that I would look out for. And last but not the least, this is a payroll loan. So then the deductions are made automatically. So there is automated payroll deductions. The employee wouldn't have to stress about meeting the deadline for repayment and whatnot because it is really catered for. So these are the three main benefits I would need: convenience, financial soundness, and then automated payroll deductions.
Right. I'm sure every employee wants that financial soundness and then the financial freedom. You don't want any institution to be chasing them for repayments or payback our loans. And we know that for every product, there's some form of challenge. So I'd want to find out if there are any challenges with this payroll loan. Beatrice.
Well, for the challenges, I would start with one of the challenges we face on the employer side, which was something I probably would have talked about earlier. So currently, before a loan is disbursed, we need the employer's approval. And there are some major responsibilities that the employer would have to fulfill, which we have actually outlined in an MOU, a memorandum of understanding we share across. Basically, what the employers are agreeing to is that whenever there is an application, we reach out to the employer and then they confirm the eligibility before the loan is disbursed. And then also in the event where the employee leaves the organization, the employer would have to reach out to our chief payroll either via email, phone call, just to let us know so that we can restructure the repayment process. We know that some employees are stubborn. They would want to leave the organization without a prior notice to the employer. So this is one of the concerns that the employers raise, that what if I don't know that this person is leaving and then the next day one bejuma? What do I do? But then what you need to do is that you are not liable to the repayment of that loan. You just have to reach out to our chief payroll and then we can restructure the repayment process. So one of the challenges I would want to talk about is the fact that employers are concerned. What happens when the employee leaves the organization? What happens when I have a high flight risk? I have a lot of contractors in my company. Is it good? Is it worth it? You just do not have to worry. Communication is what works for us. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, what are some of the requirements that the employer would have to do in order to participate in this payroll loan product?
Right. So for
Um,
the, okay, Seth, would you like to take that?
Sorry, yes. Before we address that, I would like to state that I do not consider the responsibilities of the employer as challenges, but we also have to acknowledge that because it is a payroll loan, the employer has a role to play in this. The employer technically um, owns the payroll. The book, the payroll book is for the employer, and the employees, they are the employer's employees. So we cannot act as though the employer does not exist. And to make sure we do this well and collaboratively, we expect the employer to feedback us every now and then. And that is where we think that the employer should be mindful. For example, there is somebody in an organization that is an intern or it's a national service person, but it's not declared in the payroll application. We may not know. And we may blindly offer the person a loan if we were not to go through the employer. So we expect that when someone applies for a loan and we inform the employer will respond and tell us that, okay, proceed. In some organizations, they have welfare, salary advance, and other internal arrangements already. And so it could be that somebody is in an organization, the person owes in that organization, he owes the welfare or owes a salary advance that he is repaying, and the person has applied for loan with us as well. Employees usually don't want that messy situation. And we are very much aware of all of this. I mean, like I said, we piloted it, so we know some of these scenarios. So we expect that when the applications come and we inform the employers will feedback us. It's one of the key things. And also, since they are making the deductions, they will have to remit the monies to us. In some organizations now, they have to write an extra check, and in some organizations, they have to add an extra remittance party on their internet banking application so that they can be sending the monies to us and whatnot. So those are a few administrative responsibilities that the employers will have to accommodate. So I don't think there should be challenges, but yeah. Um, Now, I missed the last question before this.
Okay, so would want to know if there are any requirements on the part of the employer in order
Yes,
to participate. Yes.
I first of all, you need to be a user of the Achieve Payroll software. So every organization that is on this call right now, by virtue of receiving the invitation to join you, I believe you're a user. So that is the first level of qualification. If you have a friend who has a business that is not on Achieve Payroll, for example, his employees cannot have access to this. You first need to be a user of our software. That's our first level of relationship. The second is that you should have been with us for at least 2 months. You should have run payroll on our software for 2 months. So having been with us, we should see that you have run payroll for 2 months, and then we have a certain level of confidence that we can deal with you. And then once you have been with us for 2 months, we would expect you to sign a document that is a formal proof of you agreeing that we can extend loans to your employees, and you are agreeing that you do the deductions and remittance for us. The MOU is not usually when you hear the name, it feels like, yeah, there are some legal things hidden. It's a very simple document. It will be shared with participants on this call, but basically it's a document that tomorrow, if the current accountant who is using our payroll software is not there and a new accountant has come, the person can reference and say, oh, okay, there is evidence to a certain arrangement that says that I'm supposed to make deductions like this and all of these things. So an employer will have to sign that agreement for us to be on the same page to show that we can give his or her employees loans. And once that is signed, we are good. Your employees can apply for a loan. We'll inform you when anybody applies. When you give the green light, the money is disbursed to the employee. When the time is due, you make the repayment to us. Everybody is on the same page. Employee happy, employer proud. We also make getting some no coffee and all is well.
Right, the no curfew is necessary. Any any requirements for the employees as well? Beatrice, if you can assist.
Right. So for the employee, there's not much requirements. You just have to be on the ESS portal. And for the ESS portal, aside the loan products that is on that portal, you're also able to access your pay slips. You can make updates your personal information and whatnot. So you just have to have access to the employee self-service portal, and then you're good to go. There's not much requirements on the employee side.
I think
Okay.
one of the few requirements we will expect from the employee is in the application, in the 2 minutes online application process, you do not see it, but the system will check with your employer's payroll if you have been in that organization for at least 2 months. So if you hire an employee today, even though you may have used our software for 2 years, if you hire an employee today, he may not be able to access the product because they don't qualify. They will have to be part of at least the last 2 months pay runs for them to qualify. The rest are very standard passport picture. You don't even have to upload it. When you get onto the platform, it opens your camera, whether laptop or phone. It is a very simple process. The requirements are just basic KYC and other stuff.
Okay, right. Any last words? Um, Beatrice, if you have any last words, maybe something you'd want to add that you think participants would like to take home.
Okay, thank you, Esme. So basically, what we are trying to project is financial soundness, the fact that you're in an organization who uses Achieve Payroll to run payroll, and you're able to access quick funds when in need. I would also like to encourage the employers to review the documents you're going to share with them, which outlines their responsibility, and also encourage them to sign ahead of any loan application from the organization, which is actually very key because currently we have some employees that have signed and then loans are being disbursed, and we have other employers which are really interested in this whole product, but business, we understand employers are busy, payroll meetings and whatnot. So we usually encourage that once you get this signed ahead of any loan application, it expedites the process. So when the employee requests for the loan, all that needs to be done is for you to confirm the eligibility and then the funds are disbursed. So yes, pretty much that would be my last word.
Hey, thank you very much, Seth.
Um, Yeah, first I want to thank employers for their feedback. This software has grown to what it is today because of their feedback. They are constantly telling us what to work on, how to improve, and it has brought us where we are. I mean, we want to go further than where we are right now. We believe with their constant feedback and engagement, we can get there. Secondly, I want to encourage employers to open their doors to us. You will not only be doing us a favor, you'll be helping your employees really. But for us, we have worked so hard to offer you the software, we are offering you support. None of these things are paid. This is one of the ways we intend to monetize the solution that we are offering. And I think that employers will be understanding enough to open up their doors for us to offer the product. The product is on demand basis, so it's not like we are forcing anybody, but we are saying that just allow us so that if somebody truly and really needs this in your organization, they can access it. So please, when you receive our call and when you see our marketing messages about those, can you take a minute or two, review it, and decide on it based on the merit of it. The last thing I want to say is that the product is evolving and we need their feedback. Earlier, I mentioned that this has come as a result of response to the changing needs of the market. Please share your feedback with us. If there is a way you think this product can get better, maybe the way we make the repayment, the way the deductions are, is there a better way we can get your attention? If there is a way you think this product can be better, we will be very happy to listen to those feedback and improve it. Maybe you are not opposed to the idea of offering product or loans to your employees, but the current state of the product doesn't work for your organization. Please feel free and reach out to our team. We have an entire team of people sitting down, working with the employees and the employees to make sure that they have a very good experience on this product. So please reach out to our support teams and let's create something that works for us and that offers both us and our employees some real benefits.
Okay. Thank you so much, Beatrice and Seth. We've had an interactive session. We've learnt a lot. I have learnt a lot. And thank you too to our participants for taking time off your busy schedules to join this webinar. We are really grateful. Um, we'll share the recording. We'll share the recording, and then we also have the survey in the chat box to serve you better, just as Seth mentioned. Kindly complete the survey. We welcome feedback, suggestions, and comments as well. Um, Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your
Esme,
day.
hello, Esme.
Yes, Seth.
Would you like to give our participants some 5 minutes so that if some people have questions, they can raise their hands to ask?
Okay, sure. Why not? Any questions from our participants, please? Hello, Kingsley. Hello, Kingsley. Kindly unmute your mic so you can proceed with your question.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, Kingsley. We can hear you
Yeah.
clearly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm having issue with the collateral guarantors because most of the time people take loans and then after a short time they terminate the appointment while they are owing. And when it happens so, you see, there are some companies, the rate of labor turnover is very high. So when it happens so, if you don't take care, people will be owing and they'll be leaving debt for the lender. And when it continues like that, it may happen that at some point it might not be sustainable. So I think the aspect of the guarantor is very, very, very important. Yes, at least a guarantor in case the person leave the company and he's owing, you can follow the guarantor because uh, if you don't do that in the future, when it happens that people are owing and they are living it happens that what the whole program may not be sustainable and to be a challenge. So I think getting a guarantor for that purpose is very, very, very important. So you should look at that aspect. Yeah, that doesn't mean that people won't take the loan. They will take the loan, but the guarantor should also be somebody who is credit worthy. What I mean is the person shouldn't be like someone whose salary is very lower than the one who is borrowing, but at least on the same status or even higher, so that when you fall on the guarantor, when there's an event and you fall on the guarantor, it will become an issue. Yeah, so I think this is my suggestion that you should look at. For now, maybe you may think that, oh, no, no guarantor, no collateral, but I work on payroll. I've been an accountant for over 30 years, and people have been taking on. I'm always when they are borrowing, it's very fast. They are happy to, but when it comes to payment, at some point there are so many issues. So for the start, maybe you may not see it to be all that serious. But as time goes on, if you don't take it, people will take advantage and then it will become an issue. So look at that aspect of the guarantor. Yes, I mean, this is what I want to say.
Yes,
Hello.
thank you very. Hi, Kingsley.
Okay. So I think
Thank
that
you
is
very
my
much.
contribution. All right. All right.
Thank you very much. Your suggestion is well taken. Any
All
other
right.
question, please?
Oh no, I think that is all what I want to. And then I want to find out. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
please. You can. Hello,
Yeah.
Kingsley. You can proceed,
The
please.
loan. What is the will be the interest rate of the loan?
Hello, can you hear me, Esme?
Hello.
Yes, Seth, I can hear you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying that what will be
Mr.
the interest rate for the loan? The
Yes, Mr.
interest rate.
Yes, Kingsley. Um, so the interest rate for this loan is about 5%. We are actually, so we do, first of all, I want to clarify something. Much as I keep saying that we are offering loans and we are offering loans to your employees, we are not licensed to lend. I believe those of us on this call are aware that you need to be a BOG licensed organization to do the lending. So we are working with a BOG licensed organization to offer, and they actually do the actual lending. So the application just goes to us to lend. And for the rates, they consider the cost of funds, inflation, and all of these things to determine the rates. We are constantly, one of our objectives is actually to offer employees an affordable credit option at the workplace. So today it is 5%, where we are actually working with our lending partners to try and bring the rates down as the economy or as things get better. But you would also agree that the rate always goes with the times and how much it is costing these organizations to borrow plus their markup. But today it is 5%. And we have tried to make the product a short-term product so that when people take it, it doesn't become a big burden on them for a very long time. With that kind of rate, in a short time, you repay it and you shouldn't feel the pinch, but get the benefit of getting the money you don't have ahead of time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
most
very
welcome,
much.
and we appreciate your
Yeah.
feedback.
So I think I agree what you are saying. Since it's just something like salary advance, so the repayment period should be very, very short. It shouldn't exceed even about 3 6 months. The person should be able to finish paying. Normally, salary advance doesn't shouldn't take long to pay. Yeah, so I think I appreciate what you are saying. Okay,
We appreciate
thank
your
you.
feedback.
Yes, so said that's a follow-up question. NS wants to find out if it's 5% per annum or per month.
I'm not sure you get a 5% per annum loan anywhere around the world right now. At least not in this part of the world. I think it's 5% per month. And much as it may sound a little high, I think a little bit of us acknowledge that. That's why I said we are working to get cheaper rates for employees. It is actually cheaper than their alternatives on their mobile platforms. And we'll continue to try and get something a lot cheaper. If you're on this call and you know a partner or a financial institution that is willing to lend through us to employees at a much cheaper rate, we are open to having those conversations as well. You can suggest them to us and or point us in their direction, and we'll be happy to work with them.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ernest, for your question. Any other question, please? Okay, so there's a question. Please clarify who assumes the liability when the employee leaves the organization. Bichi said it will be restructured. How? Okay,
Okay.
so
Um, so one of the benefits to this product is that the default liability is not on the employer, it's actually on us and our partners, the lenders. And to address something that Mr. Kingsley was suggesting to us, when we piloted it, we observed that something like that was possible. In fact, in some organizations like security companies, mining organizations, the turnover rate is very high. So what we've done is, whilst we are assuming the response, what it means is that if an employee borrows from your organization and he leaves, we don't come to you, the employer, to say you have to give us the money. All we are saying is that if the person, you know, the person is going to leave, let us know. If there is you have a justifiable cause why the employee shouldn't get a loan from us, let us know. All those gives us some fair layer of security on some level. But should that employee leave, because I mean anything can happen, then we put in place measures to make sure we get the funds. That's what Beatrice means by it to be restructured. Now the repayment will not come from payroll anymore because the employee has left the employer's employment. And so we fall on things like their mobile money, their bank accounts, and we work with their mobile money providers and their bankers to try and retrieve the rest of the cash, regardless of where they work now and whether they have work or not. So we've tried not to make the liability of default fall on the employer. I don't know if that addresses your question.
okay, so there's another question from Ernest. It says, please, can you repeat the number of months that the loan will elapse when granted?
Okay, so for the number of months, it's up to 6 months. So when the loan is granted, the employee has up to 6 months to repay the loan. And then every employee can actually access up to 100% of their net salary. So if you take home 20,000 CDs, you can actually apply for 20,000 CDs. So it's all dependent on how much you take home. And then the tenor is 6 months.
Thank you very much. Ernest, I hope your question has been answered. Are there any other questions? I want to remind participants of our survey so we can. Any other question? So there's a question. Should in that salary for a while, salary increments in that month. Finance department, if you can kindly ask your question again. I think the question. Okay, Bichu.
I think I understand what he's trying to say. So what if there's a salary increment along the line? What happens? So what we do is in the application process, we consider your most recent pay runs, I mean your last 2 months pay runs. So that is what is considered before the the loan is disbursed. So that will be dependent on how much you've received in the last 2 months. Yeah, I hope you answered.
Let me also add that in certain months, some organizations pay special bonuses and commissions and whatnot. So an employee that earns, say, 3,000 cedis a month can, in a particular month, take home 8,000 cedis because bonuses and overtime and other pay items that are occasional are being paid. We do not consider those occasional um, uh, windfalls. We consider your regular pay run. That's why, first of all, we need a company to have been with us for some time, at least 2 months, and for that employee himself to have also been in a couple of finalized pay runs. It helps us. The system is able to tell from the activity of the employees' pay slips what their salary, actual take-home salary is, and that is what we use.
Okay. So Ernest wants to find out, so will the 5% be calculated on the outstanding amounts per month or the actual amounts granted?
Yeah, so it is not reducing balance, it is flat. By flat, what I mean is, yeah, just in case some.
I think we lost Seth. Beatrice, if you can kindly take that.
Yes, so the rate is calculated on the amount granted. He's back. Yeah, so it's a flat rate.
Hello, Seth.
Yes, that's me. Sorry, Beatrice. I think Beatrice answered the question.
Okay. All right, sure. Any other question? Okay, thank you. Um, we would like to bring or draw the curtains on today's webinar. Um, Thank you all very much for joining. We really appreciate your time. And kindly look in your inbox or be in the lookout for the meeting recording, your emails. And then, just as Seth mentioned, we'll be engaging with the employees more. So please open your doors to us when we do so. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you, Seth. Thank you, Beatrice, for making time. Really grateful. And do enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you.